It's once again mighty cold at the old fortress, and with weather like this, you just have to try for eel at night. Try it out. Ideal weather conditions at the old fortress for eel fishing. It's cloudy, it's cool, ideally below 15, the colder the better. And so, let's take a look how it's going to look here in the next hours and how long it's going to stay that way. If at some point it isn't anymore and you're watching this video later, then just don't even try. If it's over 15 degrees or 20 degrees at the old fortress, don't even try. That's wasted time, not worth it. But like this, it's looking really good because that means we get another cold night. We even got down quite quickly here under 10 degrees. Yep. Look, there's a small one. So we had it under 10 degrees already pretty quickly in the evening hours. That means around about 11 or 12 o'clock, it was already under 10 degrees. Cool. And that's already a good sign for eel fishing at night. Now I got 3 floats here. You could just as well also do bottom fishing with feeder rods here with a small hook. We'll look at that again in detail in a moment. How the setup looks. Small hook, fish pieces in use. Right now I have fish pieces combined on each rod, so 2 times fish pieces. And then for float fishing here, 1.25 to 1.20 meters deep. And that's usually enough. And that means we're sitting really nicely just above the bottom, and the eel can come in. Last time I already tried this once with smaller hooks, and that worked really well. Normally I go with size 1 or 1/0 hooks for eel, and that did work too. Last time even gave me a trophy. And now I tried a smaller setup, so more like size 8 hook, and that also brought a trophy last time when the eel was active, so that worked too. And so far it's looking like after just 10 minutes at the spot, it started right away. A few small eels are already here, all of course on small hooks, and now it's all about testing, where and how it works best. The big question is, of course, is this the current spot? Is this the hot spot? And that's why you just have to try and see where it's biting, the eel. Like I said, with this weather, it's a good time to try. This here is a classic spot in case you didn't recognize it. So 35, those are the coordinates, that's the classic spot. And besides that, we're going to head down here for testing to the camping site. That's also a spot that works again and again. Or of course, also here up around 2367 by the water lilies. That's also definitely worth testing again if anything works there. It's almost 4 in the morning now, which means in the best case, something more might bite soon. I'd say you can fish here pretty well until around 9 in the morning. And after 9, well, then that's enough. Time to switch baits again, maybe even to earthworm or something like that. And we'll take a quick look into the setup. Like I said, I'm completely using match rods here. Yeah. And the match rods are equipped with 9.7 kilograms fluorocarbon on a size 8 hook. And like I said, at a depth of 1.25 or 1.20 meters in that range. If you're bottom fishing here, then just use regular monoline. Choose the leader, either the carp leader material, 6.8 kilograms, the smallest carp leader material, or use fluorocarbon, maybe something around 7 kilograms. That should usually work well. And I missed that one. What a shame. What a shame, yeah. There it is. Boom, one hit again here at 7 o'clock. 1.5 kilos, that's looking decent. He really wanted it. I thought maybe, what's this? Maybe even a burbot? But no, it hit properly. Yeah, let's see. So 7:30, and we got at least a decent eel there again. The last 2 hours, nothing really happened. Of course, always the small bycatches, but no eel yet. I'd say I'll show you 3 more spots in a moment where you can also try and how and where to cast. Until 9 o'clock, I'll keep fishing here. And then, like I said, we'll continue and take a look at the other spots. And as just mentioned, this here's the next spot at 3628. And here too, you can fish excellently with a float at 1.20 meter depth, but also on bottom. On bottom, I would clip at around 6 to 7 meters distance and then cast right up to the edge. So again, don't cast too far so the bait lands nicely on the edge. That's worked really well here lately. So this is the spot down at the camping site. And yeah, what you see now again, regarding temperature. Like I said, make sure it's cold. It's almost 10 o'clock now, and we're already just over 10 degrees. So between 9 and 10 o'clock, the change happened. Suddenly it got over 10 degrees again. And then, anyway, it always gets worse for eel fishing. But throughout the night, like I said, it was excellent. Even now here, like I said, temperature still excellent. And if the weather stays like this, or even gets colder, maybe even calculated colder, then that's going to be really good in the next hours. I'll show the next two spots now. So that's definitely another option where you can test overnight. And now we're heading to the next spot. And that spot is located here at the bridge, down by the foot. And at this spot, again, you can fish great with a float or on bottom. I like to float fish at two positions here. So once in this area, and then once a bit further over in this area. And the third, I usually put right here in front, kind of further through, like so. Yeah, that fits pretty exactly. So we now have three positions. Usually I have two rods on the left side and one here in front of the wood that's lying in the water, and that gives you three nice options to cover the whole area. If you specifically want the bycatch, the shiny sleeper, the Chinese sleeper, then you can cast directly in front here. That one is often found right in the middle, behind the water lilies. But for eel fishing, left and right sides are quite good again. Also here at 120 to 1.25 meter depth, if you go more toward the middle, you can go a bit deeper. But for the edges, this works quite well. And then under the usual conditions, you can catch the eel here again quite well. Yeah, this again is a very classic spot. This is the one I already mentioned, and it's even a whole area, so you can cast pretty widely and to many positions. Starting from the front here in this area, where you basically fish for eel, and then place the floats or bottom rods here along the edge in front of the lilies. That works quite well again with 1.20 meter depth. The other spot, of course, is the classic, right here again behind the lilies in this area casted, and I think in the coming night, I'll test it again here. I think it works quite well with 120 meter depth, maybe even more like 1.115. I'd have to go a bit shallower. And the third position is actually also right up front here in this area, where you fish quite shallow in this front section. That's again with 120 meter, fits quite well, and here I think I'll go for 1.15 meter. Yeah, that fits. 1.15, yep, that fits exactly. We're just over the bottom with the bait, maybe even barely touching the bottom. And that's exactly the right position for the eel. That means we're just above the bottom, maybe just grazing it, and our bait is nicely in place. Yeah, those are the most important eel spots. So, with this weather, get to the old fortress. And with this ideal weather, you have a good chance for eel. Otherwise, it's just not worth it. So, head over to the old fortress. Good luck and tight lines. I'll keep testing here and still hope for some fat ones.